everybody, and welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. We're at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you didn't catch the last episode, be sure to go check it out now and then come back here, because I'm about to talk about it. And boy, is it an episode you did not want to miss. We went for the $1 million at Las Vegas. Came up just short. Mark Martin getting past us in the final corner after we had a dive bomb move to get underneath Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart. But Atlanta brings hopefully a new promise for us. This is the first race with our new upgraded engine. P28 on lap 1 here. Did some practice laps, car was a little tight, so hopefully I've loosened it up enough here. Handling seems to be a bit of an issue, but hopefully horsepower is not going to be much of an issue for us anymore. Cross the line, big improvement there, but only good enough for P24.
MRN welcomes you to Hampton, Georgia, site of today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the MB&A America 500. This place has it all. They even have a 9-story office and condominium complex right here at the track. And there's always great racing to go along with the amenities. Isn't that right, Barney?
NASCAR doesn't use restrictor plates for this track, which is actually why it's one of the fastest speedways in the Winston Cup Series. We may see some speeds hit 200 miles an hour just before they dive off into these corners.
The Coca-Cola car has not had much of a year so far on these speedway tracks.
Yeah, I really feel bad for those guys this season. They come to these tracks and work so hard, but they just never seem to get the car exactly right.
Something a little out of the ordinary in this one for Scott Wimmer.
You're right, it's going to be tough for him. You get so used to starting up front, and then you have an off week and you have to start towards the back. Then when race day comes, you feel like you passed 1,000 cars at the end. And worse yet, sometimes you never make it to the front.
Rusty Wallace was the 1989 Winston Cup champion in one of the closest point races in NASCAR history.
Well, that was a pretty exciting weekend in Atlanta. Earnhardt dominated and won the race, but Rusty battled to a 15th place finish. That was good enough to edge the Intimidator by 12 points.
Start your engines.
Ryan Newman on the pole for this race. And of course, in 2003, he went on a tear and had so many poles in 2003. And I think he got one at Atlanta. I may be remembering that wrong. I might be thinking of another year, but I just remember an absolutely magnificent Atlanta qualifying run from him one year. But now, green flag is out. We are underway here. Always struggle getting up to speed here. Don't know what we got to do to fix that. 32 laps this race. Already back to P27 here.
Number 23.
Okay, it seems like there is no grip in the high lanes, so we might need to get back to the bottom here. That clearly didn't work out for us. Rusty Wallace here on our right side now.
Number 2. Top 5.
Gonna go 3 wide with Rusty and Jeff. Our speed not showing up so far. We had better speed in qualifying, but maybe the car just needs to get up to speed here. Bobby Labonte now to our outside. We are absolutely falling in the beginning part of this race. Not sure if the tires just need to get up to pressure or what's going on, but not the start I thought we would get here. I thought we would start working our way forward as Ricky Craven blows an engine in front of us. Had to be careful there to get above Rusty Wallace and Jeff Burton as they slowed down. So Craven out of this one early here, only on lap 3 as Jeff Burton comes back down to the inside. So I have a feeling we're just going to need to settle in for now and just hope some pace finds us eventually or something. We do have one car, if you look at the mini-map, one car way off the pace. Not sure who that is. The other car, of course, is going to be Ricky Craven as we lose more spots here. Finally got past Scott Wimmer here, and it feels like I'm already having to defend for my life just to keep him back there. Starting to get into a bit of a groove here where we're starting to run consistent lap times. Only issue is it is not nearly fast enough. Not sure what else we're gonna need to do with the car here. Don't know if it's just this track. We'll have to see as we get more and more engines with the upgraded stats on it. If you did miss it at the end of the last episode, we are doing another engine upgrade. 9 races from now, we'll have more horsepower. I think after that, it'll be time to focus on chassis, especially for handling and grip. Help the tires last longer and maybe help with grip in the corners. It looked like the 23 might have tapped the wall there. But we are now on lap 8, so just about halfway on fuel here. So just about half, so that means we're about halfway to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, no shit.
So maybe we could get lucky and get a caution like we did at Vegas. Of course, that caution, slightly our fault thanks to us getting into all that contact, but we'll see what happens here as we are starting to catch John Andretti and Casey Atwood. But we also have Steve Park now knocking on the door of the 23 and myself. John Andretti and Casey Atwood running the middle lane here. We're going to go down to the inside, try to block off Steve Park as well as get the position from Andretti. Didn't quite get the run I wanted to there as we officially get the halfway message. Get underneath John here down the front straightaway. 23 is going to follow us. And let's see if we can get into the top 30 here. See if we can get underneath the 7. We get held up a little, but the car just ran up the track. Now we got the 23 here. Going to be possibly 3 wide. 3 wide for a moment entering the turn. And it looks like we're going to be 3 wide maybe again. 23 gets past us. 25 looking inside, trying to cut him off there. A little bit of contact. As we slide up the track now, the grip in these tires is absolutely gone already. So even though we gained a spot, we lost one with the 23 who are now battling here.
That 23 car is still there.
Taking a look at it, showing both of our front tires being worn, so pit stops cannot come soon enough here as we look to finally clear the 23 car and do entering turn 1. Up the track, unfortunately, just no grip in the tire. That's going to allow the 31 and 23 to get past us. We just keep the 7 behind us for now. We do need to make sure we time our pit stop correctly, though, because we don't want to be low on fuel. And also, it means we will struggle with tire wear more towards the end, so no really winning situation here, but I think I might come down here in a lap or two. Couple cars came in on the lap before as Ken Schrader and Steve Park to get together in the rear view mirror here. Got some other guys coming down pit road. We're going to go ahead and join them. Hard on the brakes there. And we'll just let the pit crew do their work.
Come on, guys. We can't make mistakes like this.
I guess that's what I get for praising them a couple episodes ago. Slow pit stop there. Issues with the left rear, I believe it was. Ooh, we make a little bit of contact there with Shane, the other 63 car. So we race him back onto the track. Here comes race leader Dale Earnhardt Jr. As the pit cycle continues here. See if we can get any spots here by doing a bit of an undercut. Well, that pit cycle did absolutely nothing for us but hurt us. Thanks to the slowness of the pit crew there as we get past Steve Park there on the exit. So up to P35. This is not going the way I had hoped. I guess now we hope for a caution because then at least we could get some fresh tires since we're already at the back. But Man, this is not what I thought would be happening. I thought we'd have a lot more pace here. The car is handling fine now. It's just we are just nowhere near fast enough. Really, really disappointing here because of that upgrade. I thought we would have a lot more here. We went from like a 50-something to 64 on the engine power, so figured we'd be a lot faster than this. At least we're catching John Andretti here to get P34. It's a good thing we finished second in that last race, though. Hopefully it bought us a little bit of time with our sponsors, because this is not going to be a performance where they're going to want to stay. I have a feeling we might lose Outback relatively quickly, because they're a starting position-based one, and God knows we are not doing very well in terms of our starting position. Well, it took everybody else catching up. It looks like we'll finally get it to the inside here of John Andretti. Took us long enough here. See if we can actually make the pass, though. Going to be alongside him coming out of turn 2 here. Park and Company went high there. Dale Jr.'s coming. He is the leader. And looks like we just might get John here. Didn't quite clear him there. We'll clear him off of turn 4. Just barely, and now Dale Jr. in the thick of it here. So we are fighting to stay on the lead lap in case there's a caution, but kind of doubt it. Kind of doubt we'll get one. That hasn't really been how this series or season so far has gone for us. Well, I guess it worked in the last race, but again, that was heavily influenced by yours truly. As Steve Park now gets ahead of us here. And Dale Jr. is going to go to the inside, and our tires are completely falling off at this point. So it's going to be hard just to keep these guys behind us. Mercifully, we are coming to the white flag here. White flag in the air for Dale Earnhardt Jr. We are down in P37. Couldn't hold all of them off there. As I tell you, this has just been a confusing race because I really don't understand where our pace went. This car has been just slow. It handles fine. I mean, it's a little tight, but it does not mean, it doesn't, you know, there's no reason why it's this slow. If someone can tell me, I have a setup in the car, so it's not like I'm not using a setup. If someone can let me know, like, what upgrade I need to truly be faster, let me know, because we're going to come across the line, P37, second 1 week to 37th the next. Let's just get the hell out of Atlanta.
Not a single caution lap was run in the whole race.
Well, that's good news for all these race teams because that can mean one thing: no major wrecks.
The Coca-Cola car probably isn't too happy about his finish here.
He stayed in the fight all race long. Things just never quite went his way.
Thanks for joining us. For Barney Hall and the rest of us here at EA Sports at MRN, we'll see you next time.
Well, not really much to say about that one, but unfortunately we got to go to Darlington next. So hopefully it's like last time we went to Darlington and not the first time, because last time we were able to have an absolutely crazy race that saw us finishing up front. So be sure to subscribe for that. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and I will see you next time. Bye!